What's going on, guys? Captain Keaton Anderson here with the Fitted to Fish YouTube channel. I got Chris Smythe with me. Today we're going to be talking about kind of a fall fly pattern selection. I'm going to go through some of mine, and then Chris is going to show you what he's going to go through. So in the fall, we still have a lot of baitfish pattern, or a lot of baitfish still on the flats, kind of moving around. The water temps are still pretty warm, so it makes the fish still hungry and willing to take something bigger, as well as there's a lot of snook, redfish, trout. I like to throw a lot of baitfish patterns. It's just a bigger bucktail baitfish pattern. It's a lot bigger than a lot of patterns, but I get a lot of good snook, a few bigger redfish too. You also have your smaller sizes just in case the bait in your area is a little smaller and they're not really picking up on the bigger patterns. Another one I like a lot is the infamous gurgler. This works great for pounding mangroves if the tide's a little up and you need to get into the trees. It also works well on tailing redfish, kind of laid up snook on sand. Some other decent sized baitfish patterns that push a lot of water. This is just a spun deer hair. We call it the chungus. It pushes a lot of water. It stays really high in the water. It kind of looks like a finger mullet. And then a smaller version of that just to kind of emulate whatever bait fish you have around. Chris is going to go over a little more subsurface stuff.
Yeah, so like Captain Keaton said, there's still a lot of bait fish on the flats. Particularly, there's a lot of pinfish. So I keep some type of pinfish pattern, like a EP pinfish. That's usually a go-to. Size depending, like he said, on the size of the bait, you can match it. If you're targeting redfish specifically, they will hit the baitfish patterns, but you can switch it up to like a slider or shrimp pattern. I keep a few lightweight shrimp patterns. Usually they're in real shallow water. Usually the lighter weights doesn't spook them as much. So I keep a few slider type patterns, like this bead chain Foxy Red. If I need to get it down faster, I'll switch to something with a little weight on it, dumbbell eye. If they're maybe in a little bit deeper water, they're not as spooky. You can get it down with like that. There's shrimp out there. There's baitfish. Fall is really a good time of year for bait. You really don't have to limit yourself. Usually you can, use with what you have. But using some of these things, might help you decide on your flies for your next trip. Just get out there and fish, you know what I mean?
Yeah, everything's in play. Baitfish, crab, shrimp. It's time for those fish to feed up for winter. So yeah, it gives you some ideas what you can throw. Thanks for tuning in. Like and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you in the next one.